When is your maths exam, Shazan?
Monday.
Monday. This Monday? Coming Monday?
Yeah, ma'am.
So Cartesian system, first of all, Cartesian system.
I was asking that ma'am, for trigonometric identities, ma'am, I have solved a lot of sums on it. So, ma'am, is it fine? Like I've solved the whole R.S. Agarwal and NCRT. So,
That
is
is
it
enough. That is enough, because if you solve those questions, you have got an idea of the questions. Okay, you have got the idea or not?
yes, ma'am, that how to solve it.
You see a question, are you able to figure out that how you are going to take the steps, first step, second?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Also, that much is enough. Actually, when you solve so many questions, now you get an idea that if this is there and I have to bring this, so what formula I should use or what steps we should follow. It rarely occurs that you have to try and hit and try one or two times. But generally, you, after solving those questions, you already understood that how to solve. Cartesian system. So Cartesian system, actually it is a plane where it tells the Cartesian system, it is a plane where you can point out a point. Okay, means you can define that where it is a point. Okay, tell the distance where it is a point. So this is a Cartesian plane. This is a Cartesian system actually. Here two lines are there which are perpendicular to each other. Okay, two lines are there which are perpendicular to each other. These lines are x, x dash, y dash. Okay, actually here O is also there. O is the origin. Hello Ridhima. Okay, so O is the O, I've just started. So O is the origin, and the two lines that are perpendicular to each other here are XO x dash and YO y dash. Okay, so this XO x dash is the x axis and this is the y-axis, and this is called the Cartesian system. This whole system is called the Cartesian system, where you can define where a point is located. Okay, and whenever you are locating a point on a plane is a two surface. Okay, x and y are the two-dimension figure. That's why two axes are there, x and y. Okay, so this is called a plane. Okay, now whenever you mark a point, okay, the point is marked with any alphabet you can use, and
first, ma'am, X will be there and then Y.
yeah, 2 points, two things are very important when you are defining a point on a plane, that is x and y. And first one is the x and the second one is always the y. So whenever it is written 2 comma 3, 2 will always represent the x and 3 will always represent the y. Okay, so x and y. So this x is called the abscissa.
It's called ordinate.
And this one is called ordinate. Okay, remember this. Sometime in your question, it's not written. It can be written as abscissa and ordinate also. It rarely happens, but it can be written as abscissa and ordinate. So you should know that what is abscissa and what is ordinate. And what is an x point? X point is the perpendicular distance on y-axis along the x. Okay. Now, whenever you're marking x, so it means this here. Okay, so actually this is the perpendicular distance. This distance is the perpendicular distance. X you are marking for what? This point you are marking x. So x is what? It is the perpendicular distance of y along the x-axis. And similarly, y point is the perpendicular.
X is the.
Wait, I'll tell you that I have written here properly. Where it is.
This is the perpendicular distance along the y-axis.
Yeah, you write from here. Okay, points are already mentioned. I will upload it. Okay, so you can take a screenshot from here. The x ordinate of a point is its perpendicular distance from the y-axis measured along the x-axis. Okay, and similarly for y. Ridhima, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so this is a definition about the your Cartesian plane. I've explained you. Now what are the two in Cartesian plane? You have two axes, x and y. They are perpendicular to each other. That means at the center they are making 90 degree. Okay, all the where they are intersecting, they are all 90 degree. Okay, angle between. And then you are having whenever you plot a point, always x-axis x ordinate comes first, then y ordinate. X ordinate is also called abscissa and y ordinate is called your ordinate. Sorry, y coordinate is called ordinate and this one is called abscissa. Now Written, Shazam?
And
Written. Now, you see here, I talked to you about the x and y. Okay, so there are two lines, that is x o x dash, and another is y o y dash. Okay, now you can see there are four sections. They are all 90 degree. Okay, all are 90 degree, and there are four sections. These are called quadrants. Okay, these are called quadrant. The fourth part, one fourth part is always called quadrant. So here is also called quadrant. This is the first quadrant. Will go anti-clockwise. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and this one is the fourth quadrant. Okay, as you remember, the dash, where your dash is there now, we are representing dash for the negative. So this portion in the first quadrant, you can see x and y are there. Okay, so
both will be negative.
always you write x plus x first and then y. So it is plus plus. If we are talking about the sign of first quadrant, the first quadrant both are positive.
Plus.
Okay.
For the second one, it will be minus plus.
Yes. In
Third
second,
one, minus minus.
see
Fourth
that
one.
x is negative, x dash is there, so this is actually negative, and here in the center O, this is 0. From 0 here on the x side, it start the 1 2 3 4. You start 1 2 3, and here you start negative 1 2, and here also you start 1 2 3, and here you start negative 1 negative 2, like this. Okay, so in the second quadrant you have negative positive. In the third quadrant you will have both positive.
Both negative, ma'am. Both negative, ma'am.
Sorry, both positive will only be there in the first quadrant.
First one.
Both negative, and here positive and negative.
Positive and negative.
Okay. And similarly, you get the quadrant sign in your this your sine cos tan. Sine is positive in first quadrant, then
Yes,
cos.
ma'am. And ma'am, in second quadrant. No, ma'am. All are positive in the first
All
quadrant.
are positive
And
in second, and the second one, I think
sign is
cos.
only sign is positive in second,
Yes.
and in the third one cos, and the last one.
Third one is cos.
Wait. No, ma'am. Third one is
Third one
tan.
is
Fourth
tan.
one is
That
cos.
is where I was doing. Third one is tan, and fourth one is
Fourth
cos.
one is cos.
So this is about this, and now here it is about talking about the sign of your quadrant. So first one is both positive. Second one you can check with the this if you draw this cartesian also. Okay. Now I'll explain you this x-axis perpendicular distance. Obviously, if you plot a point, any point is there on x-axis, the perpendicular distance on y-axis is 0. So the point will be x comma 0. Yes or no? Okay. And a point, if there a point is there on the y-axis, so it will be 0 comma y, because perpendicular distance on x will be 0. Now, since I've told you the nature of this coordinate of points plus plus, so obviously plus plus means both are positive. X is also greater than 0, y is also greater than 0. Okay, now in the second quadrant you can see that first x is negative, that means x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0. Okay, so you can just take a screenshot of this chart where quadrants are also mentioned, your region is also mentioned, what region is there in the first quadrant, nature of the x-axis, y-axis, sign of x, y, and coordinate of x.
Ma'am, I understood, ma'am. This one, ma'am. No need to learn. It makes sense. Like, if x is positive negative, then it will be less than 0.
Yeah.
Y is positive, like more.
Pritima, got it?
Yes, ma'am.
In this chapter, on the region will be represented as x, so y, and like that.
Region represented by means?
Like x, then origin, then y, then after that x dash origin, then y was there.
Yes.
I understood that one. It's alright. We'll move on.
Okay. This question is very easy, but still you can do it. Okay. In the given figure, write down the abscissa and ordinate. Okay. Now, if you see the figure, you have to write the abscissa and ordinate of all the points. So if you see the point P, from P star, we'll start. So what is the abscissa?
2, ordinate 3.
Yeah. And then Q?
Q, ma'am, abscissa minus 2, and Q, then y is 4, ordinate is 4.
Yeah. Similarly for R, it is minus 3, minus 5.
Minus 5.
And S?
That will be 1. And
No,
it will be 5 and minus 1. Correct.
minus 5 and 1.
Ma'am, no, it will be 5 and minus 1. Why it's not I?
S, minus
The
5.
S you are saying.
This
Ma'am,
one is
No, for S it will be 5, no, ma'am.
5, ma'am, for S it will be 5.
5 and no, minus 1.
Minus 1, because it's the fourth quarter. So,
still part 5 and minus 1.
minus 1.
And here it will be minus 5 and minus 3.
Minus 3 more.
And here it will be 2 comma minus 2. No?
Minus.
Minus 2
Yes,
comma.
ma'am, minus 2 comma 4.
And here
The 2 comma 3.
3. Okay. Now what is there? Coordinate of the point that we have done. Coordinate in which these points lie. Quadrant you already know in which quadrant it lies. Write down the coordinates of the vertices of a rectangle whose length and breadth are 6 and 4.
Ma'am, could you teach like how we'll find if 3 points or 2 points are given? How do we find like it says that it's a rectangle and find the fourth vertex of the rectangle? Ma'am, it comes mostly in 4 marks, 3 marks question. How do we do that one?
Depends that which type it is representing. If it is representing this way, like you can see here the question, you can just find out simply. Okay.
And ma'am, what if each vertex lie in each quadrant then?
Obviously, if you have got the distance, okay, like if you have got the distance, that this distance is what?
Yes, ma'am, that is given. Three vertices will be given.
Three
Like
vertices are given, okay, and the here obviously 3 vertices are there and distance is given. Distance is given, now you can find out the distance. In fact, from distance formula you can find out the distance. By using the distance, you can find out the.
So, and then this we'll apply distance formula, right?
Yes.
Ma'am, so how many formulas are there in the chapter? One was distance formula that
section formula and then area of triangle.
and distance formula was x square, x2 square minus x1 square, like that, right?
Yes, yeah, we are coming on distance formula only. It's finished now. Distance formula. See, this is the distance formula. Okay, and you have points P and Q. Okay, so P is represented by x1 comma y1 and Q is represented by just a minute, 1 minute.
It will be x2 by 2.
So what I was telling, so this is like x1 y1 and here point is x2 comma y. So how you will find the distance between P and Q? Okay, so the distance between, I'm telling you the whole proof. Okay, after that I'll tell you the formula. So if you see, first we'll draw the figure here. What it will be is, now you are having 2 points. I'm taking P here, Q here. P I will be taking x1 comma y and Q I will be taking x2 comma y2. Okay, now we are going to find out this. So I'm joining it from here. Okay, now if you see here, since P point is x1 comma y1, so this distance will be x1, yes, and this distance will be y1. Similarly, this distance will be x2 and this distance will be y2. Yes. Okay. Now, if you see this distance, this particular distance, so this will be what? Since the bigger distance is x2 and this one, so x2 minus x1 will be there. Okay. And similarly, this distance
Only y2 minus y1.
This will be y2 minus y1. Okay. Now, if you are going to find out the distance of PQ, we are going to apply Pythagoras theorem. Okay. So by Pythagoras theorem, in triangle, in किस triangle में निकालना है PQ and यहाँ पे I will mention R. Okay. PQR. Okay. So what, according to Pythagoras theorem, your distance will be what? PQ is the hypotenuse. So PQ will be in row x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. In fact, you can write it as this is same as this x1 minus x2 whole square plus
This one understood. It is like normal Pythagoras theorem.
Because here, if you get the answer negative, then also if you're going to do square, so negative will be eliminated. Okay, Riddhima? So this can both are true. Okay, so you can also in word form if you're writing, so PQ is equal to difference of abscissa plus square plus difference of ordinate whole square. Okay, got it? Understood this formula? How you're going to find out the distance? Shazan and Riddhima?
I'm surely got it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can note down this formula and this is the proof.
Write down the proof also.
For example, if you are finding out the distance between a point and the origin, okay, so obviously one of you will become 0, yes or no? Then if one of this is origin, then it will be
X square plus y square.
root x square plus y square. Try a simple question.
Ma'am, so if the question ever comes, find the distance from the origin, we can use x square plus y square.
Write x square y. If it is a 1 marks question, you can directly write x square y square, or else you can write the formula. In formula, you're going to mention 0. But
Okay.
since you already know that it will be x square y square, so your work become little easy.
Okay.
Distance formula is completed.
Distance formula is that much only. We can, if you will work fast, so you can just complete today only distance formula. Okay, there's nothing more in distance formula. Now find the distance between the points P and Q. So P minus 6 comma 7, which is equal to x1 comma y1. So x1 value is equal to minus 6, y1 value is equal to 7, and similarly q, from q you will get x2 is equal to minus 1 and y2 is equal to minus 5. Okay, so what will be the distance formula? Distance formula will be pq is equal to minus 1 minus 6, that will be plus 6 whole square, plus minus 5 minus 7 whole square. So that will be what? 5 whole square, 5 plus.
Ma'am, it's minus 5 plus 7. Minus 5 plus 7, ma'am. Y1 is 7.
But you will put the sign minus, na? Y2 minus y1.
Oh,
And here actually a sign is plus because plus minus become plus.
my query like Y1 is given
Yeah, Shazan, x2 minus
Y2.
x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Got it?
Ma'am, will it be 13 units?
Yeah, it will be 13 units. Let's see. One is the here from origin. So you do this one.
625 under root, which is equal to 25 units.
Yeah, it is 25 units. Yadama, you have also got 25 units.
Ma'am, I'm still doing.
Now in this, the third question that I have given you, here distance is already given. Okay, so if you put P as 2 comma y and Q as minus 4 comma 3, so distance PQ is equal 10. Okay, so you have to use this one. Here you need to apply, I think, factorization you need to do, because when you will do subtraction now, so y minus 3 whole square you'll get. So there you need to apply factorization. Try this one. If you will not get it, though I'll explain. Means I'll do it.
So, ma'am, to remove the root, you can just add a 0 to 10.
No, I have done square on both sides.
Okay.
I'm doing square. You cannot remove a square by adding a 0. I did square on both sides.
Okay.
And square on both sides, so here it became 100, or and here also you remove the square. Or what you do, see, if it is written here 10 square is equal to x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1. So what you do, when you bring the square on other side, it becomes root. Yes, similarly when you bring the root on another side, it becomes square. Or you can simply say you are squaring on both sides. 45 plus minus 6y. So if you bring everything on one side, it will be y square minus 6y minus 55 equals 0. Now you need to factorize this.
Y is equal to minus 5 or 11. Is equal to negative 5 or 11.
5, yeah, negative 5 and y is equal to 11. If you factorize it, so you'll get x is equal to 11 or x is equal to minus 5. So which one will be the one? Both can work here. Okay, because here you are talking about the
The
distance,
value can check.
and that also on the Cartesian plane, so negative and positive both will work. Okay, if you are talking about the distance in the like this in your physics or something like real distance, so there you cannot have negative values. Okay, but here since we are talking about the Cartesian plane and we are talking about the ordinate, so we can have negative values.
Minus 5.
Yeah, that's correct. Now the different types of problems that are related to this distance, or where you are going to use the distance formula, okay, or which type of questions you can get in your examination related to distance formula. Okay, so first type of problem that you can see where you're going to apply distance formula is the problem based on collinearity of points. What is collinear points? Collinear points means the points more than 2 points which are on the same line. 2 points to हमेशा आपके one line में होंगे. 2 points are always going to be on single line. But if we are talking about more than 2 lines and they are on the same line, on the straight line actually, same straight line, then it is called collinear points. Okay, so how you can check the collinearity of points? For example, if you are having a line and you are having 3 points A, B, and C. Okay, so how you, by using distance formula, you can find the collinear point. See, figure can be this also, figure can be this also, and figure can be this also. For all the 3, different formulas will be there. A, B, C. Okay, so if we are talking about the first one, you see the first one, how you can going to check the collinearity will be the same. Okay, so you are going to find the distance between all the 3 points. So you are going to find out distance between AB, then you will find out distance between BC, and then you will find out distance between AC. And the two that are the smaller values, you are going to add up, and the two smaller values, when you're going to add up, you should get the same value as the distance of the largest size. That means here the two are smaller. AP plus E is equal to AC. You should get. Okay. This way, this diagram may not be mentioned there. It is only mentioned. The points will be mentioned and their coordinates will be mentioned. So you are going to find out the distance between all the 3 points. AB, BC, and CA. Now you will check which two are the smaller one. Okay, so smaller one you are going to add, get the largest one. So here you will get the smaller one as AC. You'll add AC and BC, and you should get AB. If you get this, then if these two smaller sides are equal to the longest one, that means the points are collinear. If you're not getting, that means the points are not collinear.
Can you explain again what it is? Collinearity of point.
Collinear point means that more than 2 points, if they lie on the same line, on the same straight line, then they are called collinear points. Okay. If your points are like this, they are not collinear. Okay, if your A point is here, then B is here, and then C is here, then the points are not collinear. And similarly, if you find the distance between the three also, then also it will not match, because AB will be this distance, BC will be this, and AC will be the different distance. Okay, it will never be the sum of AB plus BC. So you can detect there from the distance formula that the points are collinear or not. Got it? You can do one question here. What you have to do here? First, you're going to mark point A, B, C like this, or P, Q, R. Only you can mark whichever you want to mark, R, S, T, whatever you like. You can mark these points. Okay. Find out the distance between PQ, QR, and PR. Okay. Then the two smaller distance that you get, you add it, and if you get the larger one value same, then they are collinear. You know the distance formula? Try it.
Yes, ma'am, they are collinear.
So what is the distance you have got?
So the distance is between P and R is 10 units, and the distance between P and Q 5 units.
So I think you got it. Which type of question you can get? Okay, one of the type is this one, that you need to check the collinearity of the points. They are going to use the distance formula. Let's check the other.
5.
Yeah, 5, and your bigger distance is 10. Okay, problem based on equidistance points. So equidistance points you can get. You need to check that the points are equidistant or not. Okay, or it may be given that you need to find some of the missing point, and the points are equidistance. Equidistance means if a point, there is two points AB, and X is a point that is equidistance from AB. It can be here also, it can be here also. Okay, it can be here also, but it may be mentioned that they are equidistant. The point X is equidistant from point A and B. So what is there? You're going to find the distance AX and XB, and they will be equal. Okay. So in this way, you can find out the missing point, or in fact, not missing point. X will not be mentioned to you, but it will be mentioned that X is equidistant. Okay, so you need to find out the coordinate of X. Okay, so a question will be based on this. Do this question. I need to find out X and Y.
First we find the value of first we find the distance, and then after that we will divide it by 2. Then
no, you don't need to find out the distance and divide it by 2. You just need to equate the distance. Okay, what you need to do, if you are writing, see, since P is equidistance from A and B, therefore AP will be equal to PA, or your BP. Okay, so what will be the distance formula you are going to apply? So AP will be what? 5 minus x whole square plus 1 minus y whole square is equal to minus x whole square plus 5 minus y whole square. You can square on both sides. So you can get 5 minus x whole square plus 1 minus y whole square is equal to 1 minus x whole square plus 5 minus y whole square. Okay. Now you can open the square. You know how to open the square a minus b the whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab, and then what are the same, you add up and get the answer. Solve this.
I'm getting 8y is equal to 8x.
Hmm.
Getting 8y is equal to 8x. Y is equal to x.
Got it, Ridhima?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
Sorry. Find a point on x-axis which is equidistant. Now remember this, it is mentioned that find a point on x-axis which is equidistant from 7 comma 6 and minus 7 comma 7. So if the point lies on x-axis, that means what?
It will be 0y.
Yes. No, not 0y, it will be
Sorry.
uh,
Y
x
x
comma
0.
0.
Yeah.
X comma 0. Okay, so you already know one of the point. Okay, so that will make your work little easier. Okay, the same thing you will be applying here also, but here instead of y you have got 0. Okay,
It's y is equal to 0. Y is x and y 0.
हाँ, जब x एक्सिस में अगर कोई भी पॉइंट होगा शजान तो उसका y एक्स तो 0 हो जाएगा, है ना. और अगर if it is written that the point is on the y axis, then it's x.
Oh, I understood.
0. Okay, got it. Try to do this. The 3 more questions are there. After that, we'll end the class.
To prove ax equal to bx.
What happened, Shazan?
To prove that ax is equal to bx.
Find the point. Yeah, x is equal to bx. You don't need to prove that ax is equal to bx. It is already written that it is equidistant. By using ax is equal to bx, you are going to find out the value of x. Coordinate of this x, the mid one.
Ma'am, it's not fraction, right?
No, it should not be fraction.
Ma'am, can you solve this minus 3 minus x whole square?
Yeah, let me. You can do different way also. You can just simply write here x plus 3.
Answer coming in fraction.
0. Answer is also coming in fraction.
Yes, ma'am. It's 5 by 3, which is 1.3.
Let me check. 49 plus x square.
49 plus x square minus 14x plus 36 is equal to x square plus 9 plus 18x.
18x.
No, sorry, 6x. Sorry, 6. Okay, I found the mistake. Ma'am, answer is coming 5 by 2.
49.
49 plus, ma'am, 49 minus 9 will be 40. Plus 30
Minus 16 minus 9 minus 14
is equal to 20.
6x is equal to 0. Okay, so what you will get?
Ma'am, over here we'll get ma'am 50. Ma'am, 49 minus 9 will be 40 and 40 plus 36 will be 76. 76 minus 16. Then
14 plus 6 will be 20x.
Oh.
How are you getting fraction?
Oh, ma'am, I understand. I got the mistake when I went wrong. Ma'am, instead of doing minus 16, minus 6, I did, ma'am, plus 4. That's why I got wrong.
Vidima, you can also check. Maybe somewhere
Yeah.
little.
I couldn't do minus 3 minus x whole square.
Okay. Either what you can do now in that
X plus
way,
3.
yeah. और you can take out that minus common. अगर आप
Hmm.
minus common भी निकाल लोगे तो वो plus.
हाँ, but actually I did जैसे you wrote 7 minus x. I did the other way, x minus 7. So my x2 and x1 they were different than yours. So
But I think the answer should come the same because both the answer either you write x2
Yes,
minus
ma'am, I also got the same
or
answer. I
you
did
write
the opposite way.
x1 minus x2. It should answer should come same. Okay.
Mhm.
Check maybe somewhere little
Oh
mistake.
yeah, somewhere mistake.
Instead of what I did, ma'am, instead of subtracting 16 from 76, I subtracted 26 from 76. That's why I got wrong.
So you should be very careful.
It
Here you
happens.
cannot get fraction. Maybe it's not necessary that you will not, but right now they will not give you fraction
Oh, okay, ma'am.
because you need to find out x squared. In points also sometime we get, but let's check the next question. Third type of problem that you can get here. The first two problem you're seeing that the point is equidistant and you need to find out the point that is equidistant from the other 2 points. Okay, and first one was what? The collinearity of points. Now the third type of based on geometric figure that you can get, like the one question that you asked about the rectangle in the start, like triangle, prove that the sum of length of any 2 sides is greater than the length of third side. Okay, by using the distance formula you can do it. Isosceles triangle, 2 sides are equal. Okay, so you can find out the 3 sides distance and then you can show that 2 sides are equal. Right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem also you can prove by finding the first finding out your distance and then putting the formula. Equidistance triangle, parallelogram based on the opposite sides are equal. Okay, rectangle, opposite sides are equal, and now when parallelogram you will get, you just need to prove that the opposite sides are equal. And when you'll get a rectangle, you just not only have to prove that the opposite sides are equal, but you also have to show that the diagonals are also equal, because if you only show that the opposite sides are equal, then it is a parallelogram. Okay, so you have to move one step ahead to prove it that it is a rectangle. That is, you have to show that the diagonals are also equal. Okay, now parallelogram.
Ma'am, I have to draw a diagonal from each side or from any of the sides.
What is the diagonal?
Ma'am, ma'am, both the vertices are there, ma'am. A
Then
line is
the
drawn.
opposite sides you are going to draw. You need to detect that which of the points are. When you will find out the distance, then you will get which are the points are the opposite sides. Okay. Parallelogram, but not a rectangle. Prove that it's opposite
So I
side.
have to find, when I will get the diagonal, I have to find the length of the diagonal.
Yes, of course.
Oh.
You have to prove that the length of the diagonals are also equal. Because if you are going to just prove that the sides are opposite, opposite sides are equal, then it can only be a parallelogram. Okay, it does not say that it is a rectangle also. Maybe opposite sides are equal, but your diagonals are not equal. Like in the 7th point, it is written parallelogram, but not a rectangle. Square, also same thing. You have to show that all the four sides are equal and diagonals are also.
If parallelogram is given, so I'll just prove that the opposite sides are equal.
Yes.
But if rectangle is given, I have to prove that the diagonals are also equal.
Yes.
I'm going to show an example for rectangle.
We'll see if we are having some questions or not here, or else we will be having in sheet also. Now square also same thing. You need to prove all the sides are equal, and same time you have to prove that the diagonals are equal. Because if all the sides are equal, it can be a rhombus also. Now what is here in the note? You can say to show that given quadrilateral is a square, we also use the following method. You can see here the method, that is converse of Pythagoras theorem. Now do the point this form a triangle, if so name the type. Okay, now it is telling you that are these points going to make a triangle or not? So how can you prove that the points make a triangle? Can you tell me?
Ma'am, for making triangle, ma'am, what we will do is, ma'am, the Pythagoras theorem thing, right?
Pythagoras theorem is only exists for the right angle triangle, not all the triangles.
Sorry.
First, you have to prove that they are triangle. Okay, time is up. You can just what you can do. You can take the screenshot of this question. Do it at home. We'll discuss tomorrow. Okay.
Could you send some assignment for this chapter to me? Like all the assignments, I'll do it.
Okay. I'll just assign you. Okay. Actually, I'm not well also. No? I'll assign tomorrow. Okay.
I know.
You can note down this. Have you noted down?
Yeah, ma'am. So can you tell how can we say that if it's a triangle or not?
First of all, you need to find out the distance, and here I think do the points form a triangle. If so, with the distance only you will get. Okay, because if you find out the distance, okay, and two distance, see if all the three distances are equal, then it is a triangle. If two distances are equal, then it is a.
Should we have to find the distance of PQ, QR, and PR?
And moreover, to check that the points are your triangle, you need to add up two of the side, which it should be that there's a thing to prove triangle, that if two side sum is greater than the third side, any two side sum is greater than the third side.
Okay.
Then it is a triangle. If the sum of the two sides are greater than the third side, then it will be a triangle. Okay.
Okay.
We'll discuss tomorrow this question. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Bye bye.